You want to do the intro, Nick?
You're a shotcaster. That's your job.
I'm tired. All right, guys, how's it going? We have the last game of the week here between I Am Not Trying and Ignition. I Am Not Trying has made, I think, quite a bit of roster changes. They have brought in Biostir, for sure here, but I was looking at their team a minute ago. Their top laner that they have, I've never noticed this if he's been here, is actually a jungle main. So it should be kind of interesting considering that their bot side's going to be fairly strong in this match.
Oh, is this where I come in on cue? I don't know. I mean, junglers normally play top lane as a solo lane. Generally speaking, because that's where I'm not sure. I don't play jungle. I mean, what am I supposed to know? I really don't know honestly why they would bring in a jungler for a top laner. Maybe it's a secondary. Like that's probably the thing that's going on. So is hey, maybe it's an off role that he can play a second role.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm interested to see it. Obviously, he's going up against, I think, ROTC. Might actually be Antifa. I know RFTC also plays jungle. They have them listed, but
Well, ROTC can play top and jungle though, from what I've heard. So he should be there. They do have some flexibility with Ignite the Ice. This team. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck my Discord is. There it is. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, they did look like they made a swap in the bot lane for their support.
yeah, Astronaut Inar. No, he's not usually their typical bot lane support.
Oh no, it is their general support. He had him last week. They had him last week, so it is the same support still.
Okay.
Wait, is it? I'm not sure. I don't even know the damn rosters, but
I'm looking at it. It's not their usual support, but he is a higher tier than their current support. So I'm pretty sure they just brought him in as an emergency sub. I don't know what is going on with Galineth. I've actually never seen him play in the league right now, so.
Yeah, I am going to be interested to kind of see how this game goes in general, though, because I think the first time we saw them was the babies for Ignite the Ice, and they kind of lost. Although they did put up a scrappy fight, I really think that it was a bot lane difference too. As are they not just banned? Okay, they just started the ban phase. I was like trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I was like, it went back and forth, but Samir Udyr being banned, I'm not sure why Samir is being banned. I think it was just because of the fact that they like to play the Ashley on a bot lane. If I'm in Intensify's team, I would like to actually ban the Ashe and force Ignite the Ice to play a different bot lane, generally speaking. I also think that Ashe is a very niche pick. Ashe does better into like the Caitlyn's and the Jinx. So I would like to see the Ashe ban away if they do want to kind of put the bot lane on the back foot. Because most of the picks and bans, I think, will be targeting topside and jungle just because they are the two stronger members. So I'd like to see them target that as the Ornn gets banned.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd take away Ignite the Ice's Ashe too. He has I think like 1 million mastery in it. It's one of his, definitely his most comfortable pick, and some would call it one trick.
I think it's 2 million. I think he hit the 2 million. It might be 2 million. But the Rumble ban, I've been hearing rumors that mid lane Rumble is coming back in the work again, and like his win rate has increased solo queue. Like his DPS is actually a little bit more bonkers than it was in previous patches. So I kind of am understandable about the Rumble ban as the Camille is being hovered and banned. And they're gonna go with the Sivir. Never mind about the Ashe pick, they're just going Sivir. So forget everything I said.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he decides to go the lethal tempo or the Dark Harvest build with Dustblade.
I think it
Uh,
depends on composition because if you have a lot of squishies, you can arguably go for the Dark Harvest build. But if there's a good amount of like balanced bruisers in front line, as we see the Morgana Olaf picked, I would like to see the crit build. Generally
yeah,
speaking, the crit build is better for the late game scenario because sure you're gonna have a lot of armor pen, but like if you can't auto attack in space properly, because you know what's how are you gonna kite away from the tank front line, and that's just gonna be my focal point of interest. They're already showing their solo lanes, unless this is a jungle Diana. But we saw that with the babies, and we saw how that turned out.
well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, ROTC, he does play Jungle Diana, so 100% could be it. Um, but no, one of the things I actually really enjoy about the Dark Harvest Sivir is it might not be that great into the late game with the tanks, but it can really shut down a lane and make the enemy ADC suffer a little bit. It has a lot of really good harass, so that
Well, but my question is, we saw kind of the fact that they lost to 2v2 in the bot side a lot in their first game against the babies. So my big question here is Ignite the Ice going to actually be able to win the 2v2 lane? Because we kind of see it with a lot of these bot lane picks, as the Tristana would be I really don't like the Tristana here, personally speaking. Even though it's a great power pick, I think the Sivir can match the wave clear, and should be able to block the 3-proc ultimate on the E passive with the spell shield. So I generally do not like the Tristana pick. I would have actually gone with something with a little bit more power in the lane. I would have preferred something a little bit longer range. I would have actually liked to see a Varus, most likely, because you can try to proc the E before and then get the ultimate off too. Because I also think Varus is coming back into the meta too, and I really do like the Varus ultimate being able to kind of stop Ignite the Isis team in their tracks. But I mean, that could go Tristana mid though, because Josh has brought it out in the mid lane before.
Yeah, I think it's really weird picking Tristana into Sivir. That is pretty heavily Sivir focused because one of her big bursts is the bomb you touch, and E just completely nullifies it. So, and it gives her the extra mana, so it's guaranteed extra mana that you're going to be able to get. So I think it's kind of odd, but maybe just they want to have it, hope just to scale up, not do too much fast, which I think is just weird, and just be able to take down the towers whenever they want to, have a good team fight. But
now, the interesting thing here is I would like to see a top lane picked here and see if you can get a good counter pick for the mid lane, because right now, if you're I'm not trying, you really want to put a potential carry onto your mid lane, because that's where a lot of the value is all for this team itself, is in the mid lane. So I would like to see the top lane picked here as are you gonna blind pick a Kali?
they gave away the fact it's not going to be a Tristana mid. I'm actually
I
kind
mean,
of
I mean
that's a little grief.
that could be top lane a Kali though.
I don't think that'd be the greatest of ideas. You'd really, I
Eh,
mean, your
So,
frontliner's left
so,
with Olaf.
so yeah, depending on the top lane pick, Kali does work well into certain matchups too, because she still has the same power spike against like certain bruisers. But I'm not liking the blind pick of Kali, especially. But I don't like the answer with the Syndra. Come on. Are we gonna see our first Gwen though?
She did get a hotfix buff, so I was actually kind of interested with that today, but it was just today that she got it. So I don't really think either one of the junglers, top laners are gonna pull her out.
I
She
like the
hasn't been out very long.
Cho'Gath, but I like the Cho'Gath
Oh.
pick though.
Yeah, I think Cho'Gath would be a lot better here.
I
Maybe
was
than
about to say,
Nasus?
I mean, we saw it pop off last game, but are we gonna see the Yorick?
I like Yorick here, actually. I think Yorick...
Uh,
Wow, this man is very indecisive. They are
kind of
going
like
to be...
you in what role you want to play, but we see the Cho'Gath being picked up. I like the Cho'Gath pick. It's a good, strong frontliner. Still S tier, in my opinion, can soak up a lot of the Morgana damage. The issue I have is Now, what are you going to be picking for the side of I'm not trying against this Cho'Gath? Because right now you really don't have a strong front line. If you look at Ignite the Ice, they have a Leona Cho'Gath that can soak up a lot of the CC, soak up a lot of that damage that you get from the Tristana. I mean, Akali and Olaf do have backline access, which I think is also really scary. So if they misposition D Slides, it's going to be over. And LeBlanc gets picked. So they're going to take the Akali into the Cho'Gath matchup. LeBlanc did get buffed, I believe, recently. So LeBlanc got buffed. Does really well into the Syndra matchup just because she can able to distort passive. So I really do like that LeBlanc pick. But at the same time, who's their frontliner outside of Olaf? This is going to be really scary because if they misposition even one team fight, I think you're really going to have to call this game for Ignite the Ice. But at the same time, we kind of saw them in the last game. They're a scrappy team, in my opinion. They're a very scrappy team, but their macro was not on the same level, and they lost bot lane pretty early. Now they have a Morgana Tristana who can get the Black Shield and soak up a lot of that CC from the Leona. But the problem is Sivir can just spell shield on the bomb and negate a lot of that Tristana damage, which does put her in a bad opportunity and a bad position.
Yeah, I think they're in two really bad matchups on INT. Crap, I almost said Ignition. I think they're in two really bad matchups with the Tristana into the Sivir and also the Akali into the Cho'Gath. I think way to get Akali really useful here is to just get off her roams after 6, be able to go down mid. Unless she takes Ignite, I don't really think she's going to be able to kill Cho'Gath after a couple of the early levels, especially post 6. So I think that's probably what you're going to have to do when you're playing the Akali, and it does look like we messed up a little bit here with the draft, so got to go with the original bans. So yeah, got a little bit of a delay here, a little longer, but yeah, I think INT put themselves at a pretty decent deficit when they were in draft. I think that they probably should have gotten a tank in the top lane. I don't think Olaf is the only person you want having as your front line, but we'll see. Maybe they can successfully set up a 1-3-1. Maybe they can get early leads into the top and mid and see if they can just push a lead up there. But
LeBlanc has to get ahead, I think, if they have an opportunity to, because Syndra does a massive amount of AP damage into the late game, can one-shot the Tristana, can one-shot the Akali and the LeBlanc and the Morgana too, can also break through the Black Shield. The Sivir is going to scale really well. I would like to see the crit build, to be honest here, only because I think when you go Gale Force, it's going to allow her to reposition, especially against the mobility that this team has. Also, in case your spell shield drops, you can Gale Force out of a potential Morgana binding, which is really useful. I would like to see the Diana, because I'm assuming this is a Diana jungle. Diana should be playing around snowballing topside, in my opinion, because you want to get this Cho'Gath ahead. You want to put Celibate Squirrel on the back foot and force the Akali to play from behind. Because I think bot's going to win. If all things are even, bot wins for Ignite the Ice, and mid might go in favor of I'm not trying, so I really want to see him play towards topside.
yeah, I don't think it's too hard for this Sivir just to be able to farm up. I think 100% she could just go the crit build here and be fine, but I think also just with the squishies on the team, she could also just go the Essence Reaver to Dustblade build. Won't be an issue. I think she's not going to be able to harass the Tristana lane too much. Tristana is fairly safe with a rocket jump, but she's not going to be able to do much. And anytime she is going to try and do anything, Leona's right there to be able to get him off of her or just set up a really good engage. But yeah, they're putting themselves interestingly behind in that. I think that LeBlanc definitely can beat out the Syndra. I think Intensify is probably confident in the matchup he's set himself up in. But yeah, I also agree that Diana has to be going jungle here. I know ROTC plays it, and it does look like it's going here.
They do have Bilester as their AD carry, and I know he's a really good AD carry, so he probably knows the matchup with it. And I really think Ignite the Ice can use this opportunity to show that he is a really good AD carry, because I kind of felt in the last game they threw a lot of the lead in that last game against the babies. Especially when you look at who is in the league in terms of the AD carry rosters. I mean, you have arguably probably AVG. Last season, it was very stacked into the ADC role. This season, I really think it's also stacked in both the jungle role and the ADC role as well, too. But if you're looking at just an ADC perspective, you're trying to really show that you're dominant in this league because there's a lot of good AD carries in this league and they can punish you the moment you make a misstep too. So it's also going to have to be up to Astronaudinar on the Leona to kind of time the Morgana bindings and see if you can swap over to the Morgana. If they put on Bilester on the Tristana, and then you can just swap around your CC and kill who I arguably think is your initiation. Olaf is only going to be running in with the Black Shield, so if you're Ignite the Eyes, all you have to do is wait for the Black Shield to go down, and then you can pull the trigger and go in. So,
yeah, I 100% agree on like all that. It's just I am exceedingly interested to see how INT pulls this one out. I'm not saying it's impossible. I think that their early game's just fine. I think that if the Akali is able to, like I said, just get the good roams off, she'll be able to be fine. But I'm not 100% sure what probably they were thinking with the Akali top if they weren't gonna throw something a little bit tankier mid, and even if they did, like I feel like this team really probably wants to play a little bit more through intensified, but they did just get Bilester, who is a really good ADC and a really good mid laner as well. So they could have even sent that mid. They could have probably just felt whatever with it, but I have no clue what was going on with that one, but it's not impossible in my opinion.
yeah, they have a very. I like the server composition though for the side of Ignite the Eyes because of the fact that you want to be able to get your Diana, your Leona, and your Cho'Gath into the middle of this team fight. But I'm also going to worry if he mispositions once and Syndra mispositions, because you can't stop that CC from Olaf with the Black Shield as well too, with the Ragnarok. So basically, you're almost getting like a free, I want to say like almost 10 seconds worth of being CC freed and just being able to run down the back line. And that's going to be the big carry because Bilester can reposition. LeBlanc can, skirmish her way out of a fight. Akali is very mobile. So that's going to be the issue with Ignite the Ice. They don't have a true lockdown. They don't have a Sejuani. They don't have, any type of hard CC outside of the Leona to really do anything unless Syndra can pull up a great scatter of the week. That's going to be the other thing. If they can pull off the combo with the Syndra combo into the Leona, into the ultimate, I think Ignition kind of wins this outright in terms of teamfight potential. But if they miss a lot of their spells, I think I'm Not Trying does win in the mid game.
Yeah, I think like you said, I think like you just said, like you're gonna have a lot of lockdown. You do have the Olaf being able to resist a lot of the CC that they have on the side of Ignite the Ice. I'm getting Ignite the Ice a little bit favor in this for the silver matchup, but still, like Ignition on the other side, I feel like their comp fits well together better. They have better team fight. The only way I feel like I'm Not Trying is gonna be able to get this through is if they do set up a really good 1-3-1 to get ahead. But we should be loading into the game relatively soon, so we will see if everything pans out for them in that aspect. But
yeah, I wanted to say this because we were talking about the beta carry fan conference with the babies, and sometimes draft doesn't go in the way because everybody was talking about that the babies won the draft because they had the Yasuo, they had such a better team fight comp, but then you look at the outcome of that game, they just poorly executed their comp. And that's the same thing that we're talking about all these different comps. And I think that's the trouble within this league is that a lot of these players try to base it off of this composition looks so much better, they're gonna win it outright. Like what was it? The UPS versus who did
the
they
game
play?
Yesterday?
Yes, it was the game yesterday in which Kit made a point that it was about, having this massive front line, but then you look who the other side is. They have a Vayne. And it's like, who's your damage dealer? Just Kalista? Seraphine's building support. And that's where it's kind of the interesting thing was compositions sometimes don't even matter if you can't even execute it, or you just miss position as we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it looks like they're pinging a little bit more towards that bot side, but they might just be setting up for a 5 point. Yeah, it looks like they are going to set up for the 5 point, but
There's no reason to fight level 1 because
no.
nobody has hard CC outside of maybe the Leona with the depending on if she goes with the Zenith Blade or with the stun on her Q, and then maybe Antifa with the Cho'Gath, but you don't have a Scatter of the Weak. You have a Binding, which I think is a longer CC duration than the Leona stun. You have the chains coming out from, and possibly, and you have the axe slows. I wouldn't fight the level 1, but they're not even really 5 pointing. They're just kind of doing like almost standard solo queue start.
Yeah, they're kind of grouping up a little bit together. We'll probably see the Olaf start topside and to his red buff.
Okay, so that was a good distortion over the wall to get that ward into the red side, so they'll know where the jungle starts at least too. So they do spot the Diana on the red buff. I mean, I'm really scared because I really think this Olaf can probably go in for a level 2 gank or into the jungle and just invade, because they're going to have a lot of pushing lanes in favor of possibly, I'm not trying unless this Cho'Gath can get an early push. He's already trying to force a crash. If you look at the top side of the map, he kind of pulled the minions a little bit so that he can start getting a potential freeze. Okay.
Yes, it does look like Olaf's going to go up to his Krugs. May actually try to do a level 2 up here in the top side. But yeah, just see Diana doing her normal pathing as well. So maybe I would like to see, just because they do have the vision on the red buff, I'd like to see them, do a little bit of some counter jungling, see if they can put this Diana behind. But already we're seeing them being able to get a little bit of harass off on Biostir. But they do hit the level 2 first. Well, the Morgana, nope, they hit level 2 at the perfect time on the Sivir, so they're just going to continue trying going on this Leona. It's not really working out much for them, but they do actually win the trade-off on that and punish them under the tower.
Yeah, it's totally fine right here. They're already half health though, and you have a slightly healthy bot lane with Tristana because she does have the Hail of Blades route, so she definitely probably has the taste of blood to get a heal off if possible on these trades too, because I'm assuming that the Leona is going to be wanting to try to go in.
Yeah, Biostir, Ignite the Ice using a lot of mana. She's going to put the Knight on Ignite the Ice. He does use his spell shit to get out of this, but he also gets the stun up on Morgana. Morgana just to get healed out, but already the summoner spell heal blown out for the Morgana, so she did not die. But interestingly enough too, we see Sivir starting off with the Cole. She really wants to try and get her early items as fast as possible, but
yeah, I don't like the Cole. I don't like the Cole start necessarily, because I think Cole, while it's still a good item, you're not running what
WoW. Do you see your jump bit? Nope, there's a little bit.
Oh
no, he does get him. He puts the cooldown, but can he get it? Oh no, flash away. Leona might get caught out here a little bit though, but no, she's going to be able to get under her tower. That is going to force a back out of Ignite the Ice and Gnar, but that's just a little too hopeful there from them to get into there for that. But yeah, spell shield being down kind of hurt them a little bit there.
Single digit HP, by the way. That's how much Ignite the Ice had. But it was a really good exhaust from the Leona, but
yeah, we see a little bit of trading going on here up top, but Kali gonna back off in time. She's already trying to get a little bit of harass off onto this Cho'Gath while he's not as tanky, so. And he does have the lane pushed in quite a bit, but Olaf is bot, but it looks like Intensify is going to start going on even Steven. He does get the chain on him, flashes forward to get it, and maybe he will get the Knight and First Blood going over, but ROTC is coming up here for the Akali, able to use her Shroud to get out. That was beautiful from Intensify.
Really late on the flash by Steven right there, because of the fact that you're able to get into still range, because Intensify still had his flash as well too, so the Rethel chain was able to connect really well right there to get that kill. But now you're in a position where the LeBlanc is, I believe, up, yeah, almost double the CS right now, and you have First Blood. You don't have any core items yet, and you already have the Lost Chapter for the LeBlanc, who I would like to see take the Everfrost, because that's so much pick potential for the side of LeBlanc. So having Intensify rush that would be really good. Plus the cooldown's also a really nice bonus to have. But I want to go back to the Cole point. So Cole is really good for certain champions. Ashe is a champion. I played her a lot with the Cole because of the fact that, for example, you can take cut down, which definitely procs because of the fact that Cole does not get you any health. It only gives you like 3 health per hit. So, and it's also really good for that because of the fact that she has a lot of lane control. But the wait, why did we move away from the mid lane? What? NA production.
He backed off a little bit. He did get some good amount of damage there. We do see ROTC is going to be spotted out by this ward, but clearing the ward off, not going to be able to do much. But there is the Olaf down here right now. So
Yeah.
both these bot lanes probably trying to set up a little bit for Dragon, but it looks like they're going to back off. We do see Diana heading a little bit more towards this mid lane, but we see also some trading going on with top lane. The Shroud being used and also being able to get a little bit more chunk damage out. And it looks like that's probably going to be the end of that. He's getting towards level 6. Probably want to try and get as much harass as possible for that 6 hits.
I don't like the AP build on Cho'Gath.
Yeah, I think...
I don't like that silence either. Oh, this is so
it looks
bad.
like he's going to go in with the ult. First part of the ult, she uses the Shroud. Here she goes. She gets another ult. She does not have Ignite here, but didn't get flashes for the first blood here.
Second blood, I guess. Oh, but great double distortion. That's gonna be the kill though.
Yep.
So I kind of did call the counter pick too, because the counter pick was needed for mid. But right now,
Bowser is going in. Leona able to get on her though. The exhaust coming in through, and it looks like they're just trying to chase her down right now. They will get down. The binding misses on Ignite the Ice.
Got another Dark Harvest back though, but this is really bad. Oh, but here
Intensify, but the chain hits. Will he be able to get him? Just one more auto attack, and yep, that is another kill for Intensify down in the bot lane this time. They are rotating more towards this drag, so it should be the first drag going over to I Am Not Trying here.
Yeah, I really like that. Right now your solo laners are ahead, but the Diana's topside.
Yep, the knockup coming through for Cho'Gath. She's still hidden in the Shroud, though, taking some turret shots right now. But it looks like, she goes back in with the E and is almost able to get out of that. But it looks like Cho'Gath uses the ult to be able to kill the Akali. He's going to try and get some tower plates. But we do also see Bowser coming down here trying to engage. And a good amount of damage coming off here. But like we said, the spell shield really coming in through for him and all this.
I really would have liked to save the spell shield, honestly. Or if you're a Bilester, you really have to learn how to time your E. You don't want to immediately E. You want to wait until that spell shield is down, because as soon as you're able to proc it back up, you can just activate the Q. Because that doesn't proc. Activating Q does not proc because it's an auto attack enhancer. It's not an actual spell. So I need to see Bilester playing it more aggressively, but in terms of not using his E, because that's just a free spell shield. Even though you're trying to force that so that you can get the Morgana binding, it's still kind of risky. But I mean, they are getting tower plates on the bot side already. They're up nearly 20 CS. Your mid laner's 3-0-0, up 25 CS as well. And you're already nearly up 1,500 gold just in mid alone. Top side is 400 and even in favor of the Cho'Gath, but he's going with the Everfrost build and double distortion into the chains again.
Able to chunk him down a little bit there, stuck under his tower even Steven. Intensify's really getting the upper hand on even a Steven here. He's able to get the good roams off into the bot lane. He was able to first blood, but it looks like they are, the knockup's gonna miss, gets a little bit of damage off, but shouldn't probably do much more here, but the Shroud is popped, another Q coming out from Akali. But
yeah, the 5-point strike is just really good for the sustain right now too, but I again, the fact that they got the counter pick with an assassin, the Syndra's not notoriously known.
Another binding coming through. The Ignite coming on. Might live this one out though. Yep, looks like they're gonna live it out. Not enough damage done.
But that forces Syndra out of lane right now, and right now look at the level discrepancy. It's a level 9 to a level 7.5. Not even close to level 8 yet, and already nearly down 40 CS. Oh, but
it looks like Olaf's gonna go through. He uses Ragnarok. He should be able to get him down. Yep, the axe thrown, and that is a kill going over to this Olaf. I'm Not Trying is really getting this early game rolling right now, which is what we said what they were gonna have to do to be able to get through with this. Even though the Sivir was a pretty good pick with the Tristana, she didn't pick it into Tristana, but they've been able to push her out of lane quite a bit, and also this top side without building that tank build, which I don't get why they wouldn't do that into the Akali. Just being a squishy target against the Akali in top lane, especially being melee, is not the ideal situation you want to be in for someone like Cho'Gath.
I don't like the CDR boots being rushed.
Looks like they're gonna try and get nope. The ult being popped by Sivir, but the flash coming in through on nope. Oh, the ult coming in on ROTC, but the teleport coming down. Can we see Akali get anything out of this? But they're already backing off. So
really great buster shot right there by the Tristana to get out of the possibility of having the Morgana down because they had no black shield because it was used on the Leona engage. But the buster shot did pull the Diana away from that initial fight, but she's back again.
Nope, she's gonna the spell shield goes down, so the pull is not gonna go through. She uses heal also, but Leona is able to help get that kill, and Leona going in on the Tristana. Tristana has to flash out of there. So another kill coming over for Diana too. So that's her first blood on the day for her. And ROTC able to finally get something helping going through this bot lane, but we do see Intensified also roaming down to the bot side. Archer's trying to defend the towers, the Olaf's helping with mid.
So we see the Ludens already being built, which is fine. But the problem with that bot play was that Sivir did not get any assist gold with that, so she's still a little bit behind, while the Tristana did get the assist from earlier when they got the kill. So right now your gold value is you're still down about 500 so gold.
Yeah, we're seeing them fall quite a bit behind on this Sivir too. She's only has the tier and the CDR boots, but she now has the 2 longswords, so she's not really that close to getting this Essence Reaver either, which is, you want to have at least your Essence Reaver, the 3 items done by this point. That's why, like you said, just rushing the CDR boots probably not the most ideal situation for her. She really doesn't need the CDR boots here.
I believe you go for the Manamune first into the Duskblade, into boots.
Yeah. I have the Ezreal build mixed up right now for some reason, but we do see a little bit of engaged bot lane. The shield being popped, but looks like she's going to have to use her ult. Leona ult goes through too, but no one's stunned up on it. So Ignite the Ice is getting out here again, but he's just taking a lot of unnecessary damage too. But it looks like Intensify is going to come in here to finish him off. 300 gold going his way, but Leona actually going to come in. She is probably, nope, yep, 600 gold coming down to this Leona. Not the most ideal person you want to get it onto, and that does reset the gold onto Intensify, but looks like also we're going to have a jump in here. The bomb being placed onto the Nart, but looks like Diana's going to come in here and get the ult. She does also get the Olaf, but Morgana with the ult coming through has gotten a little bit more of a... Sorry, Diana away from her. The binding also misses onto the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath, Zhonya's being popped by Morgana. She is going to try to get out, but it looks like Ragnarok also being popped with the flash.
You still gave up first turret, so that's a lot of plating for the Olaf too, but I really didn't like Bilster's position on that play right there. That kind of forced him out. Great Diana ultimate on that dive into the Scatter the Weak. So I really do like that play, but now you're also giving up gold on the top side and farm, even though you did get 2 kills over to the Cho'Gath. You also did feast on the dragon, so now he's just going to be continuing to scale, and right now he is getting closer to that Everfrost, but
And Intensify's going in on this. He lands the chain onto a minion, so the minion gets stunned.
He's limit testing.
Sometimes you just want to stun a minion. Alright, man. It just happens.
You know what? He's not playing Azir. That's all that matters. I'm sorry, buddy, but yeah, I'm kidding. His Azir is actually really good, though. I played against it multiple times, and I think it's probably one of his best AP champions, to be fair. But with the LeBlanc,
the Diana is going in here. She is going to use the ult. It looks like Olaf's going to use this might. She does dash back in, but it looks Tristana's coming here. Oh, that was a great ult by Tristana, keeping her down. The binding lands, and that looks like it's going to be a kill coming over to Olaf. Olaf caught out a little bit there on the red buff, but Biostar coming in there to save his life and get a kill in return for the Olaf. And it looks like Intensify is going to try and pop down, Ignite the Ice, but he does get stunned, but has to pop the ult to be able to get away.
That's tank diff. Oh, this is the Cat of the Week, though. Oh, he's dead.
Biostar's going to try and come in on this. He does with the rocket jump. The flash comes through, even as Steven probably, looks like he's going to be able to get out of this alive. But this top tower also is very, very low as well, able to get some tower plating off there from whenever Cho'Gath was TPing down bot. So Akali's still doing pretty good up here with her. She's not ahead in farm, but she is starting to get a little bit of the power spikes going off as we see her also use the Shroud. She gets the knockup away. She uses her ult, and she might actually be able to take him down here. Remember, Akali has no ignite, but it does not matter. She's going to be able to get the kill onto the Cho'Gath with the perfect execution.
Yeah, I really don't understand this build path by Cho'Gath. I think it's really greedy.
Yeah, you never die there with that tank build. You are able to escape about 100%. Oh, Leona does get the binding on him from the bush cheese, but they knock him over to the Olaf. Olaf coming through, but she does land onto the Tristana. Tristana being shielded, though. Olaf is not giving up on this, though. Olaf coming through. She does get the stun, but does not matter. That is top tower also gone for them. That is all tier 1 turrets gone, and Ignition has not been able to take a single tower yet.
I don't even think they've hit the tower. Oh,
they hit top tower, but Siver's gonna fall down. No?
Oh,
the binding comes through onto her. As insane, does flash in to get finished off the ult, but it looks like she's almost all by herself. Intensify gonna be able to save her here, but it looks like the kill goes over to Morgana. You would have probably want to give that to Bioster, but they are pushing this in as the... not probably gonna go. I wouldn't go in on that Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is a little squishy right now, but still, don't want to get too greedy here on this.
Go gadget binding apparently. That was a... Oh, but the teleport... Nope.
Yep, the teleport is being stopped here. Maybe... No, I wouldn't chase through on this. I'd just back off a little bit here.
Akali
looks like they are getting a little bit aggressive here, yep. And they are going to back off here. So delaying the TP and being able to stop that, so...
You
That's
also
a good play by Astronauty right there.
You teleported on the pink board though. That's kind of your fault, honestly. No, that's a given that they're going to be able to stop you right there with the CC. That was kind of really weird. But Mythics are coming across the board. We see all the top side of the map. They already have the Rift Maker with the Gore Drinker and the Luden's Echo from earlier because of the fact that LeBlanc was bad. Kraken Slayer is now completed for Tristana, so that's really good. We don't have the Mythic yet for Morgana, but I like the rush into the Hourglass. Allows her to get into out of the fights, allows her to proc the ultimate better with the Tormented Soils proc as well. Being able to heal up from that W. And really, I think so far, Ignite the Ice is really far behind. They're going to have to get lucky right now, because now you're building tank on Cho'Gath, but you only have, what, MR boots, and it's against a double AP?
Yeah, like I said, like what you've been saying this whole time, this Cho'Gath build's a little cheese right now. Like it's a little troll by him to try and go in there and use the AP build whenever they could have very well just taken the tank build, not given the Akali the kills that she has, not giving her the turret plating, and just survived a lot more through this Cho'Gath. They would have given them a good amount of front line here, but they are starting to set up for this drag too.
They also put their best player on a tank.
Yeah, but also this Infernal Drake being popped here, I think this is actually really good for him not trying to have that Infernal Drake, because it looks like they are going to try and fend him off this Drake. The binding does land through. She is going to use the ult. The Hourglass being popped. The Leona does get into the backline on top of the Akali, and it looks like the shutdown will come through for for Cho'Gath. The perfect execution coming through. Can she take down this Diana? That she does take down Diana. Intensified being chased down by Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath's going to want to fight for his life. The binding landing through, and it looks like, oh, the kill coming over for Akali once again. Akali really popping off in these team fights right now, being able to get perfect execution off across the whole team, and then getting it on top of the Diana there. Really good play by Squirrel right here.
Yeah, that was just a lot of mobility. That's the issue with the fact that this team is already fed. LeBlanc is too mobile, Tristana's too mobile, Akali's too mobile. That engage... The tower.
I thought you just killed with the tower.
The tower does more work apparently than the rest of Ignite the Ice. Let's be real.
Wow.
But Bioster being on the Tristana as well with the resets on the rocket jump. I mean, how are you supposed to really fight against that when your team is immobile? You really only have the spell shield. Cho'Gath is very his Q is predictable. Diana's the only one who can probably engage. Leona is ult to the backline. I like the ult if it wasn't for the fact that like Morgana was already way ahead of the team and just kind of CC'd you, so you really couldn't do anything. The Cho'Gath got a few good people with the Everfrost, and so he was able to get the kill onto the Morgana, but
Morgana just trying to get the damage out. She could have got caught out there, but luckily the ward was there. No, the ward wasn't there. Luckily she was able to get the binding off to kind of see that out.
So if they go in on that,
oh,
what?
Looks like she is going to go on that. The hourglass is not there though, but oh,
what?
She does still get the binding off. Leona trying to go in. They do actually use the Cho'Gath ult to be able to get her, but Olaf going unstoppable right now with Ragnarok, and he is going to have to flush over, but Biostere's going to jump over, chasing down the Olaf. Not the Olaf. Fuck. I'm so tired.
Are you okay, man?
I am so goddamn tired. No, I'm not. It's fine. We'll figure it out, but they are going for this Baron right now. So that will most likely be first Baron going over to I'm Not Trying. There's not really anybody other than the Sivir that's going to be able to defend it, but we do see a TP coming in through from the Cho'Gath, but Biostere's just going to try and jump right onto the Sivir. It looks like he is going to be able to get the damage off. Yes, he is, but the Cho'Gath does fend him off a Dragon right now. The Everfrost being used, knockup going through. Can he actually get this Akali? Akali using her Shroud right now, but Biostere is here to help clean this up. The perfect execution coming through and another kill coming over from Akali. Once again, if you just have this tank Cho'Gath, he's not getting executed like this by this Akali.
Yeah, well.
Oh, but that stopwatch being popped right there.
No,
looks like they're still gonna try and go in on him. Can't even Steven doesn't have a lot of mana, but here comes Intensified ready to proc this up. He does get the kill on him, but a lot of people chasing down Squirrel. Squirrel actually gonna go in. Oh, that is so no. He does die for his sins right there. But Intensify gonna come in here and probably clean this up. The bind lands, and it looks like she is gonna. The Ignite's gonna kill her. As ROTC's trying to make everything out of nothing, but Morgana is able to take him down here. Looks like they aren't gonna probably go for the Baron here. Everybody kind of low, so just gonna try and reset, clear this vision near the Baron.
Well, if there's a consolation prize, the jungler can't. Yeah, you can't get jungle gapped if the rest of your team is behind. So
you can't argue with that statement, I guess. Yeah, like we said, still just like no towers anywhere for Ignition right now. All of them are even grouped up.
Wait. Speaking of nothing right now, there's no mythic item still on Syndra.
Wow, there is no mythic item on Syndra.
Lord have mercy on the League gods.
Yeah. And also, Sivir has not completed her Dustblade yet either. She just now got the Mana Immune. So, and Cole, I don't know why she's not selling Cole here.
She's had the Mana Immune. So, the reason why you don't generally want to sell Cole is because it still gives you the lifesteal from the, it gives you 3 health per hit. So, it's still a really good item to have in substitute for the, because you actually get better healing from that item in comparison to the Doran's Blade, since Doran's Blade also cannot stack. So generally speaking, it's better to sometimes go Cole. But I don't like the Cole in this situation because of the fact that A, this Sivir is not able to get ahead anyways.
Go Fate can't miss a binding. No,
he's missed some bindings.
Yeah, but he's landed about every single one in this late game. He missed some in the beginning, but Intensify down here. He misses the bind onto RTC.
Nice. You think AVG's gonna have a compilation of all the times like people have missed their skill shots?
I think it'd be an interesting compilation, actually. Put me in the league. I will play Ezreal. We will see it all.
Oh.
But it looks like RTC's actually going to get chunked down here a little bit, but Intensify's gonna back out.
You get a hit though. Okay, so yeah, Go Fate can hit a blind bind.
Yeah. I still like his accuracy on it. I still think he's hit enough of them to impact the course of team fights.
So I want to point out kind of the I'm kind of interested in the Cosmic Drive build because I really do believe that it's a really good underrated item, especially for most AP players, because of the fact that it gives you the movement speed and it also gives you the ability to haste as well too. And also health bonus as well too. It gives you 200 additional health. So the fact that it's like an item that a lot of AP players are building, like, especially with the LeBlanc, because that's a lot of movement speed this LeBlanc has. LeBlanc currently has, if I can click on the champion, 450 movement speed, which is gonna easily allow her to go in and out of the fights, especially with the low cooldown.
As we see, she is going to go in and out of this fight, but...
Now, did you really need to blow... Wait, did you really need to blow a flash there, though? Like, that was...
No.
That did not...
Right on top of a Leona, no, but...
Yeah,
we do see it going back in here, but... Oh, everybody's coming in on this Cho'Gath, actually. Scroll's going to probably be able to get this next kill. Let's see if she can time it correctly. Yep, it does use the perfect execution to take him down, as it looks like Leona's going to ult, but nope, Diana does not actually get the ult procced here. But Intensify, it does get stunned up, but it's not going to matter. They're just going to get right down here on Astronauti, and looks like the tower...
Oh
might
my
go there.
God,
Oh,
what is
no,
he doing?
Bryoster actually jumping in under the tower. Balls of steel.
Oh, I would have laughed if somehow Syndra would have stolen that Grom. But hey, guess what? Like, that was a really good shutdown, but when everybody else is fed, it's a 408 Olaf. A 7111 Tristana.
And a Syndra without Mythic. Still. 26 minutes.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
And Sivir also hasn't really progressed her build much either. She does get the Coldfield Hammer, but...
Doesn't even have a fully completed mirror mana yet. She doesn't have the mana beam. No, yeah.
They're bleeding out right now. They gotta find a way to stop this bleeding right now.
No, I don't think so. I think someone's gonna have to call 911 for this game. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna get on the phone right now. Give me a second. Hello?
Well,
yes.
as that happens, Intensify goes in but misses it. The Diana does pop the stopwatch. The Leona ult misses, but they might be able to get this kill on top of Biosphere. But yep, that shutdown does go over the Diana. Diana's still chasing this. Leona gets the engage onto the Morgana. Morgana stops the stopwatch, but... And everybody does go down here, as that's a double kill going over the Diana and gives to the Cho'Gath, as Nick is still on the phone here.
Hello, 911? Yeah, I'd like to report a scene of crime. We have 3 inters who just literally went into the lane for no reason and gave almost 2,000 gold with a shutdown. I repeat, it's over in Summoner's Rift. Yeah, no, Summoner's Rift, not... No. You guys are useless. It's just send an ambulance over to the Summoner's Rift. They need it. Thank you. Alright, I'm back. Apparently they don't allow ambulances for griefers, apparently. That was just a really awkward play. Like, you don't even have your full team there. And
I'm broken. I have just been broken. You have completely broke me, Nick.
Nah, you break yourself. It's a mental thing. Come on. But state of the game right now is right now I think if you're looking at this, you're gonna have to somehow, yeah, as a pause.
A pause was needed for that joke. I'm sorry to read Twitch chat, but I just typed in Twitch chat. A pause was needed for that joke.
I mean, if you would have saw that last play, I would have just said FF right there. I don't care what it is. Like, you just entered the game. Like, damn. Like, no.
They did get Diana 2 shutdowns. That's pretty big.
Yeah, you give some shutdowns over almost 2,000 gold worth. And you're putting it on both the Diana and I believe it actually both went over to Diana, if I remember correctly. So now Diana's probably the big focal point, which as we're gonna get the on pause.
I do actually have a public service announcement. Syndra has the Luden's Echo. I repeat, Syndra with the Luden's Echo.
Wow. Is this the longest we've ever seen someone complete their mythic item?
In AVG?
In AVG.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I've taken longer, but... yeah, probably.
Wow, way to throw yourself out there for the flame. That was actually pretty ballsy.
You were in the game.
Which game was that?
I was playing Sivir.
Speaking of Sivir, she's just
Yeah, Sivir does get the. Oh god, but yeah, the stun does land through. Oh, actually, the donut still lands on to Go Fate, and looks like Diana's gonna get the ult going. The kill goes over to even as Steven. Looks like they're still gonna try and chase down this Olaf, but Olaf getting the X through, and it gets the slow down. But they are gonna clear a little bit of vision in this dragon, and they do not have Morgana for this, but we'll see if they can even this playing field. As Intensify does get into the backline, takes down the Sivir though. So now the fight is even, but without the AD carry, and it looks like Intensify still going to land another binding on him. That is a big ballsy play coming in there for Leona. There's no follow-up coming through, and she just goes down for her sins right here, and even as Steven does too. So an advantage goes to a disadvantage. Oh my god, perfect execution coming in over the wall. Cho'Gath should be next here, as there are 4 people just collapsing on him right now. And yep, that comes as the ace for I'm Not Trying. Bioster was able to finish off Cho'Gath.
Hold on. You know, this calls for I'm gonna give him a little bit of a victory for Ignite the Ice for at least making some attempts on it. I don't know if you heard it. My phone.
Yes, I heard it. It's the Final Fantasy. I heard it.
They get somewhat of a consolation prize. They kill the Morgana, but they don't know how to kill the carries. Hashtag 2021, year of the... I guess that's just support diff.
Yeah, this is Infernal Drake right here, and when you have someone like a Tristana on your team, it's going to be really, really, really hard to win any team fight with the Tristana with Infernal Soul.
Really hard? Or how hard?
Anyway, not answering that question.
You sure it's not really, really hard, or is it really, 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 really hard? I'm actually being legit. Is it really, like, on a scale of 1 to 10? How bad do you think?
Really tried to reword this.
How bad do you think we can really get right now?
I think that it's going to have to take... I think at this point, it's not about Ignition making a play. It's about I'm Not Trying, screwing up completely.
I mean, they could have closed this game out like 10 minutes ago.
Probably.
To be fair.
Got a pad.
They could have closed the game out a few minutes ago. But I think they kept throwing a few times, and they kept... I don't know if they're trying to limit test, because this is literally the worst limit testing I've ever seen. But LeBlanc apparently, I mean, she's 2 levels up, so that's maybe fine. You just don't have a death cap yet. Where's the death cap? Come on. You have Magi, but you don't have death cap. That's kind of sus.
Pretty happy for this Cho'Gath, actually. He's starting to go a little bit more towards a tank build, but it's kind of a little too late. But Bio is actually going to jump up the tower. He could die here. Nope, yep, dying.
Yeah. I like it.
He does die for this.
Yep, nope, yeah, he still dies.
Ballsy plays. Oh, gets out of it with the perfect execution, as it looks like we are actually going to get the shutdown onto Akali. They are still chasing down the Olaf. Olaf does get a little bit here from Gore Drinker, but Intensify coming back in for this. And it looks like, oh, the knockup comes through, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to get probably out of this one, but Bioster, that was a little hopeful. A little hopeful. Your team does kind of pull you out of it, but oh no, and there it goes. The spell shield saves her, but the ignite coming through, and there it goes. Go Fate.
Go gadget bind apparently, and yeah, look, Bio. I know you're trying to limit test, but like, if there was like a video of us being able to record like the wonkiest plays of the week, he'd probably be like number 2 or 3.
I wouldn't call it wonky. I'd just call it ballsy.
Well, it's not.
He's had a couple balls of steel play this week. This is one of his first games back in AVG. He's having a little bit of a show off moment. Just wants to show off. I respect it. I think it's like I was saying, they're gonna have to really screw up, and if he keeps it up, he could possibly do something, but it's going to take more than just Bioster to have to screw this up for them to, you know, fall behind in this game. They're just up so much gold.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, mid lane is up 70 CS, and mid lane is just doing...
mid lane is actually about to get another kill, as we speak about mid lane.
That's the power of a Fed LeBlanc. Level 17, the highest in the game so far, and I think this is really where it's going to get a little bit more difficult. They're gonna get the second Baron of the game. They're already up 13,000 gold.
Yeah, looks like, yep, they are going to get this Baron down. Yeah, 13,000 gold lead. They're just going to probably push down this mid lane. You already have Intensified pushing up the top lane. That's a inhibitor that they probably should get in the inhibitor tower. They could continue actually to push this. This Sivir doesn't really do any damage right now, as she just got her
Oh
Duskblade
my,
and her Mirror
Jesus,
Mana.
Jesus Christ! Did you see that Sivir
Oh,
or damage health
Intensified
bar?
almost got in the back line.
Yeah, did you see the Tristana damage onto the Sivir just from that wasn't even the E onto her. That was the E from the tower. And it exploded and Tristana was able to deal I think almost like 75% of the HP to the Sivir. I think they're just playing this cleanly.
Yeah, they're gonna just try and take all the towers and inhibitors. They're just gonna
Nice.
make sure they leave this in good standing, but it does look like Intensify is just gonna completely stomp them down right now. Bioster is jumping on top of Leona, and this might be spelling GG over here. Squirrel's still pushing up a little bit, getting too close. She is in her shroud though, but they're just gonna keep taking these towers, zoning them off of it real quick. Even if Steven does land the stun, but yeah, like I said, I don't think it's gonna matter that they're just gonna take down this turret.
Sivir's dead. God, Jesus. Well, nope. Tristana dies though.
Yep,
This game was
GG.
over like 10 minutes ago. This game was over 10 minutes ago, but yeah, it's GG.
Bioster already in Twitch chat. GG.
Wow, way to ruin the game, Bio. Wow. Well, goes to show it doesn't matter about the draft. I keep telling you. It doesn't matter about draft if you can't execute it.
Yeah, well, we said that their draft could work if they got ahead early, and they got very ahead early. But we do have the man, the myth, the legend, intensified. How's
Hello?
it going, man?
Hey Panda, hey Nick, how you guys doing?
Hi, Josh.
We're doing pretty good, man. So, bringing in Bioster, his first game back. What are you thinking of him right now?
Oh, he's great. He surprisingly enough, he's actually his biggest problem is actually his lack of confidence, and you wouldn't see it when he's jumping in with a black shield on him. Like you really wouldn't see it, but funnily enough, I mean, I have full confidence in all my team, and I think we performed pretty much like it.
Yeah, it really seemed like you guys were kind of almost into draft a little bit, picking double AP carries. Is that the plan overall to just kind of force a carry style in all your lanes and just hope that you can steamroll? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this draft went exactly how we wanted it to. We were very happy with the draft, and the gameplay went exactly how we wanted it to as well.
Yeah, especially with Cho'Gath going to when you picked Akali into Cho'Gath. Most of us thought that it really wasn't going to work out in Akali's favor. Whenever you saw that he was going towards that AP build, well, what was going on with top lane right there? Whenever you guys figured that out,
Yeah, so I mean, Akali is one of Silver Squirrel's pocket picks that most people don't know about. Um, and
not
honestly,
really.
laning phase, we couldn't really care less what they had as long as it wasn't like their Camille, like something hard countering Akali, because we just wanted it to get to mid to late game and to have the LeBlanc Akali absolutely terrorize Ignite the Ice on that AD carry. We knew that their backline was probably one of their weak points, and we thought that we could literally just jump past their front line, which is exactly what happened.
yeah. Well, I think it was a really good comeback for you guys. Like you guys made the roster changes, adding Bioster. Looked really good this week. So
One and one now.
hmm
yeah,
One and
one
one.
in one.
Yeah, and shout out to Mo as well. I mean, we've always wanted to get him. He's been working on his reeval. He finally got it, and he's had a great performance in game one. I'm very happy.
We'll see
Yeah.
you soon. I can't wait for your shout out to your podcast or your little show. I can't wait to hear about what you guys have to say about your own game. Actually, that's going to be
Yeah,
really exciting.
I'm excited for it. And also, I mean, shout out to Ignite the Ice and his team. I'm looking forward to a good friendship with him and their team, and I'm really glad to see them in the league and see if they can pull out, at least playoff berth in their first season.
I mean, we did see a last place team make it all the way to finals last
Yeah,
season.
exactly.
So it's possible.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's it for me for interviews.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, and have a great evening.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that is it for us for week 2 of AVG. Finishing off the game with I'm Not Trying versus Ignition. It was definitely a banger of a game. Not like we would have expected coming in from draft. So, with me and Nick here, that'll be it, guys. See you next week.
Woo! Later.